I'm Cassie Essery, and this is Learn With Us. So today I'm going to be talking about the first day of school. It's totally stressful if you're a teacher, and there are a lot of things that we worry about, at least that I've worried about over the years, and I've learned a few things that you don't always need to have it all together. And so this is my list of things that you need to have ready and things that you don't need to have ready. So don't stress. It's going to be okay. The first thing that I would recommend is to visualize. Visualize the day. What's it going to be like? Where are you going to be when the kids come in? Where will they go? What will they do? Where will they put all of their stuff? Think about it. Try to picture how it's going to go. Picture all of the parents coming in and bringing their stuff. A lot more people than you would anticipate. Now, how can you be ready? Part of this is thinking about where they're going to put their things, such as supplies. It's really important to have designated places for their supplies. Having labels on bins or on counters, anywhere that you can say, this is where this goes, to direct them and their parents so that you don't have a million questions coming at you. Where do I put this? Where does this go? Now, something that I learned this last year, which was totally a rookie mistake, but may happen to you, look at your supply list before you make your labels. Yikes. Now this being my first day of school, thought, I think I got this. I think I know what kids bring to school. So I made one for glue bottles, one for folders, all of the things that you would think they would bring. No. That didn't happen. People brought all sorts of things that I did not have labels for, such as binders. Now, am I glad they brought binders? Yes. But I had made a spot for folders, which was about this big. And when you think of a class full of binders, they're not going to fit there. Whoops. So look at the supply list before you make your labels so that, one, everyone knows where everything goes, and two, you don't have labels for things that you don't need, and you will have the labels for all the things that you do need. Something else that I think is super important for the first day of school is to have names on everything. I have their names on their tables, I have names on the places where they hang up their backpacks, I have names on their book boxes. Everything has a label. I also printed out a bunch of labels, just the little address ones, so that when they brought their supplies in, such as their paints or their binders, you could just stick it right on there and they could put it away. That way there's no discrepancies of, that's the one I brought, and all of that stuff. Label, 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 easy. Check. I also think it's really important to have their names on things because when they walk in, they'll think, that's my desk. This is where I belong. I want them to feel that way. I want them to feel safe and like this is their room. So making sure that their names are where they're supposed to be so that there are no questions of whether or not you are supposed to be in my class, the better. Another thing that I think is super important for the first day of school is to over-plan, but plan on not doing everything. Let me explain. You never know how long that get to know you game is going to take. It could take a half an hour, or it could take 5 minutes. Make sure you have enough ready just in case they blow through something or something takes way longer than you expected. You might end up with some extra activities. What's wrong with that? You have something to do tomorrow. So this year I realized that I'd been putting a lot of pressure on myself to have absolutely everything ready for the first day of school. And I realized I'm kind of stressing myself out for no reason because there are a lot of things that don't need to be ready the first day, even the first couple weeks sometimes. Just depends on you and your routine and what you think is super important. Now, just for me, some things that I think didn't need to be done the first day of school and really relieved some stress for me was not having my calendar ready. It's okay not to have it up, but if calendar is an important part of your daily routine, then by all means, please have it ready because that's going to be so important as you're setting up your classroom expectations, all of that. But for me, we weren't doing that. So having a calendar up is not super important right away. Another thing that was not ready on my first day of school was my focus wall. Okay, They don't need to know the vocabulary right away. They don't need to know what our phonics focus is because we don't have one on the first day of school. We don't have one the first week of school. I had the signs up. Does that count? Another thing that I didn't have ready were learning targets because once again, you're not really focusing on that. At least not the first week of school. Maybe, depends how long your week is. But we weren't doing a lot of math. We weren't doing a lot of reading besides, first week, first day of school books and all of that fun stuff. We were doing a lot of writing, but the focus changed every writing assignment pretty much. Write the sounds you hear. Sure, I could have put it up on the wall, but really I'd be changing it all the time. And to me, it just wasn't something that I felt needed to take a lot of energy away from me when I could have been focusing on a lot of other things. So that's it, just a few things that I've learned about the first day of school that I didn't think really needed to be ready or really needed to get figured out. So I hope it helps you, and if you know of anyone else who might benefit from watching this video, please let them know and share this with them. Also, if you want to continue on me with my journey, then subscribe down below, and it will let you know whenever I post a new video, which will be every Tuesday. So if you're like me and calendars are kind of hard, not talking about the other calendar, but keeping track of when things are happening is kind of hard sometimes, then it will just let you know when I have a new video and you can watch it. Yeah. So anyways, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.